Hello, everyone. It's been a while. I haven't been posting as much lately, partly because life's been really full, and also there have been some personal things in my life that I've been moving through that I will probably share more about in another video. But for right now, I've been feeling that pull to come back, connecting here in a little bit more of a spontaneous way because I'm always trying new things on the channel and using it as a place to experiment. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I have done two main series recently, the magnetic communication skills series, which focused on communication and presence and all the things related to being an effective speaker in the world. And then the Intimate Connection series, which explores relationships and polarity and intimacy, love, sexuality. Those will always be a part of what I do. I see myself as a communication muse because communication and connection are part of my purpose in the world, part of my passion, part of what I think we all need to be working on in order to have good lives, to serve love. So my question is always, how do I help people live more loving lives? How do I help them have more deeply connected love relationships? But what you'll see right now, what I'm going to focus on for the next little bit is a little more off the cuff, a little more exploratory, some reflections, stories, ideas, questions that feel alive for me in the moment. So they'll possibly be related to the same types of topic because that's essentially what I care most about, but they might be a little more divergent than the confines of the previous two series. So, yes, I might touch on speaking and probably will address intimacy and sexuality, maybe even related topics like creativity and aging and how we live effectively. And honestly, whatever I happen to be learning or thinking about in any given week. So, yes, this next chapter is going to be probably a little less polished, hopefully a little more real and authentic, and hopefully connected with you, with the truth, with what's up for me in the moment. Where we show up in one way is opportunity to grow in another. And I've always approached my work, my relationships, my hobbies, anything that I love as an opportunity to see where I can grow in my ability to be more of who I really am. So I use everything as an opportunity for personal growth. And so the three things that I'm working on myself right now in how I am being in the world are flirting, bringing more lightness and play and energetic freedom and spontaneity to my interactions with people out in the world, in adding on to what's easy for me, which is depth and intention and consciousness and clarity, to add to those things that come more naturally to me, more levity, more play. And that's an edge for me. So it's something that I'm challenging myself to do in how I relate with all people, which will impact how I relate with dating, which I know will impact how I show up and how I connect in more intimate relationships. The second thing is truth telling. I've always been connected and committed to authenticity. But like I said earlier, sometimes when we have a lot of pressure on us, it can distance us from our authentic truth. And I want to practice being more real in the moment, to bring my true heart, what's really true, but to not be so polished. And so that's why I'm practicing that here. But I'm also practicing that in my personal relationships, in my dating world, so that I can become more stand for what it is I really want, practicing it here right now with you, but also practicing it in how I'm relating to my dating world and my personal relationships with my children, with my family, with my friends, and with potential romantic partners. And then the other thing is receiving. Receiving is really challenging for me, possibly for you too. I know that for many of us, being in the experience of love is easier because we can when we're giving, but that receiving appreciation, generosity, gifts, support without turning it back, and either deflecting or reciprocal giving can be really challenging. So I know that where I'm headed in my relationships requires me to have a bigger, more open heart, specifically around receiving. And so I'm practicing that. So how that would apply here, I guess I'd be open to receiving your support. Maybe you want to like the channel or make a comment or share it with someone else. That would be the way that I would be receiving from you. So all of this is about the fact that the way we relate to or show up in one area of our life is how we relate to and show up in all areas of our life. So speaking and dating, creating content, or being in business, they're all different ways that we apply the same skills and that we face the same challenges. So maybe you want to look for yourself at where you're currently growing, where you feel challenged, where you have an opportunity for growth in work, in love, in your own self-expression. And then ask yourself, what if this same skill, this same pattern is showing up everywhere? What if my growing in this particular skill set would impact my growth in all other areas of life? What would open up for you if you applied the learning in one area in a way that it would make a difference everywhere? I think that's where things get really interesting. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And if you would like to see another video, YouTube thinks you'll like this one, and I'll put one of my playlists here. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.